Alright, I'm going to try to do this quickly, and hopefully my camera will zoom in or focus. So aluminum potassium sulfate. Now, I did these all the same, but one little simple difference. So this took about 6 sessions of going in water. I'll explain that at the end of doing this. So I'll do it now. Half cup per 2 tablespoons of boiling water. That's what I did. As it grows larger, you got to up the recipe. So this I started a copper wire hanging in a cup, a mug, and it grew on its own. But the other copper wire in the other mug with the same exact recipe didn't grow. So when I did these other 2 little guys, I glued them. And when I say glued them, is when you do a session, a process, on the end of the glass, on the bottom of the glass, you'll see little crystals and growing. They're about 1/8 of an inch, sometimes 1/4 of an inch. And I just glued a dab onto one and then dropped a copper wire on it, and it's underneath here. Can't really see it, but so that's what I did this time to make sure it worked. Some people hang string and stuff. I didn't like that. And I'll show you something else maybe to show you. So this took about 2 containers of this. I got this online. I think it's about $12, and it costs $8 shipping from where I got it. But I got it because it comes in a container that I can recycle, and it also was a better grade quality to do this. So what I want to share with you, it was hanging upside down like this. It got so big that I couldn't hang it anymore, and I didn't have a mug anymore. So remember, it's hanging this way, and you'll notice these crystals here are littler, and then this giant guy here, where it formed, where it was hanging, is where it grew large. So what I want to share with you, and make this quickly because it's hard to focus this thing. So you see the flat face, but you can see how. Oh, and by the way, it's sprayed with a protective polymer spray, so I don't keep it in a container or anything like that. It's been sitting out for probably a month. It's fine. So what you can see here is, I'll just turn it here. It's basically a pyramid as it goes around. I know it doesn't look like a full pyramid right now, but that's what it was. See that face there, and this face here shows that. But it grows a little bit like a tetrahedron, which is a pyramid base with the pyramid point up, a pyramid base to the other pyramid base pointing down. And then what it has done as it grew, so right here, this was a nice pyramid, but it got covered by other types of smaller, snowy, crystal, druzy looking quartz and littler pyramids. This was another good pyramid right here to right there. There you can see there, and then the depth of it there, that was really nice too. But then at the end, it grew that pyramid on top. And again, there was another point here that did that. And, in here, right here, was the top of that larger one. But on the side, it was smaller. So it still has depth to it. I'm going to put this down for a moment so it can zoom in. It had more depth than you see, so you can see there. And it had like a rose blossom, like a flower opening and twisting up on top of the pyramid / tetrahedron. Now, once it was done, I had to cut it. And since I understood the growth of this, I didn't want these all covered with all like this section here. So I figured I'd probably have to put a little stand and lay it in the bowl like this, or however I had it like that, so it wouldn't cover up so much and it would keep its form. And it still grew really nice, as you can see. Those are really flat faces. If you can see them shining, then they're flat, even if it doesn't focus all that well for you. All right, they're really nice and flat. That's how this whole thing used to be, but they got covered up in the second to last session, and I think it took 6 processes to get it this large. And again, it's really cool. Sometimes you can see the coolness. Sometimes it might look like just a lump of ice, like snowy ice, but it's not. It's really, really cool. I'll show you the colored one to give you an idea. It's easier to see the colored one. There you go. So you can see this was like a nice pyramid base all the way around, but it got covered up, and so was that one. I can't reach it. That one right there, amongst this other one, these giant ones. So it still came out really, really nice, and really beautiful. And I think it's something you guys would like to do, the kids would like to do. Here's a freestanding one. So remember I said from the bottom of the glass, I chose a crystal, I glued it, and then I started to grow these two like I did that guy. Well, this is like a freestanding one. This is what it would look like freestanding. And again, it's much like the bottom of this, just in case you can't see the clear. So it's a mix of druzy quartz. I'm going to show you what that is, just in case you don't know it. All those tiny, tiny little sparkles are like flat pyramid heads or triangle heads, and that's what druzy quartz is. And then there's some good thicker ones up top, like that. So that was like freestanding. And what I did was I let it stand like that at the bottom of the glass after the bottom of the glass formed a little bit. And then I messed around with it, and I set it like that for a day, and then like that for a day, and so on. This was probably about 3 or 4 processes, probably about 4 processes. And it usually lasts from 24 to 48 hours, and then you got to start a new one. And in case I didn't say it, it's 2 tablespoons per half a cup of hot water. Here's a real little guy here. You can see that one. Okay, so it focused in. So the giant white one was like this. This is how it started, nice and flat. And it had a nice flat face, but this one grew incredibly similar to that right away because I had to cover up the copper wire, and so I had to sit it in the jar. This one is gorgeous and beautiful. Let's see if this one comes in. Let's see here. All right, so you can see here, hopefully. And this one's covered too with glaze. This one looks awesome with a light under it. Maybe I can show it, I don't know. And then if you turn it, there's the pyramid top of that. If you turn it sideways or any way, it has a different shape. It's really cool. And then the little pyramid on the bottom part. Really, really nice. Really, really beautiful. And the color is awesome. Oh, hold on, I hit the wrong button here. And again, every once in a while I go to hit the pause, and for whatever reason, some other bar pops up. All right, so you can kind of see it. Try to hold some of it actually doesn't look as nice on the camera. You're seeing a lot of brightness, and I'm seeing this beautiful green glow. Let's see. Yeah, it's not working like the way I thought. You're seeing like a light on the camera, really, really bright, like kryptonite or something. This is actually a really dark green glow. It didn't work the way I thought it. Let's see. That's a shame. Anyway, you get the picture of that. It's really cool to put these under lights and everything. Oh, maybe? Nah. Yeah, anyway. So here's some druzy quartz. This is real. And again, it kind of forms like that. There's these little pyramids and then tiny, tiny, sparkly, druzy stardust, I'll call it. And even like gold or iron pyrite in this one. And here's a little bit easier one to see probably. You see that? So those are like larger versions because they're actual pyramids, like some of these. And these are just the flat or semi-flat triangle faces. So if you ever hear somebody say druzy quartz, that's it right there. This is just some rock I found that looked cool. It's druzy quartz with some calcite structure. All right, so that's it on this. What else do I want to tell you about it? It's simple to do. It's easy. It's a fast process. If you did these back-to-back days, which I didn't, but like I said, 6 processes, it'd be done in less than 2 weeks. If you did 24 hours each process, and it took 6 processes, it's not that long at all. That would take you like probably 3 days, 4 days tops to do something this size. And again, it's really cool. On the camera right now, you're seeing a pretty good green, but for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, my camera always shows, it could be the brightness, I'm not sure, I never messed around with it, but this is dark green. This is probably 2 shades darker. So if I come over here, you might see how it darkened up. There, now you can see it a little better. It's still not what I'm looking at, but that's more close to the color than you're seeing here. And the light's not on either. There you go. It's still not as dark, but it's darker than this that you're seeing. So you can make it any color you want, as dark as you want, as light as you want. This one's a little bit lighter. They're almost identical on the camera, That one has slightly darkness, but think of that as like 2 shades darker. It's just probably like that. It's really beautiful. I love this. And it's something really cool that the kids could do. I said I wanted to show you something else real quick you might get excited about. Oh man, it did it again. It's the brightness, I think, that I keep touching. And yet it's not on the screen at all. Okay, so let me show you. This is another thing that I formed on its own on a copper wire. And it's nighttime, so you might not be able to see it. So you know what quartz points are, right? I call them points. They might be called something else. But this is called ADP. It's a fertilizer. I don't know what it stands for. Ammonium ADP. Dye something with a long name. Phosphate, maybe? Again, it's hard to show you, but they're crystal clear. And they're points. And it formed like this wonderful star snowflake. There, you can see that, right? Kids would love that too. And it's a fertilizer. It's a natural fertilizer. It's awesome, man. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. If you can't find quartz points in the nature, you can make them, basically. And again, it's sprayed and protective. And why not? Why it's here. Here's copper sulfate. You can do copper sulfate. This is on a string. And that is absolutely beautiful and awesome. So this is my favorite. There it goes. I mean, you can't see it too good because of the lighting, but you can probably see how crystal clear it is. And again, it's on a copper wire. You can cut the copper wire if you want, or you can keep it. I kept this one hanging. Here's an example of one that I cut. This one I colored red. There's not much lighting here over here at all, but you can kind of get an idea of how it did that. So the kids might like this. And again, they were hung on copper wire, and then they grow like that. All right? All right, that's it. Let me know if you did something cool with yours. This is on the light right now, so you can sort of just see how much is there. You know what you could probably do too? Like you could put lighting under it, or you could maybe drill into it carefully. Trying to see if you can see that shape I was talking about. Yeah, a little bit. It's beautiful though, ain't it? Really cool. Alright, I'll put it down before I drop it on there. Alright, thanks for watching. Let me know if you got any advice or you've done anything really cool that you made. I made a video about it or something like that. Alright, it's fun, it's easy. It comes in recycling #1 container, and it's really, really, really cool to do. Okay, I forgot I made these, so really briefly here, so you can kind of get a really good idea. See that? So this is a little baby guy, and you see how it started off with the flat faces all the way around. It always has that one side that starts a little thinner, and the rest of it looks cool. Alright, so I just wanted to show you that. And again, you can kind of get an idea. That's how it hung like that. See the little copper wire? Look at the size difference in that. Alright. Anyway, if you watched this long, thank you. Got any questions, just let me know. If you got any advice, let me know. Alright? Lots of love to you. Bye.